She was the kind of woman whose decisions could move markets, yet on that rainy Thursday morning, the moment that changed her entire life wasn't a billion-dollar deal. It was a missed private jet, and the stranger in seat 14B who carried a worn backpack, a tired smile, and a secret that would break her heart, then rebuild it. Ava Sterling, 36, CEO of Sterling Innovations, was accustomed to perfection. Timelines, schedules, polished boardrooms. Her life was one long, tightly wound string of control, but that morning, everything snapped. A storm grounded her private jet, her assistant panicked, her board threatened consequences, and Ava, flustered, furious, and powerless, found herself boarding a crowded commercial flight for the first time in years. She kept her sunglasses on, hoping no one recognized her. She'd just sat down when she noticed him, seat 14B. A tired-eyed man in his early 30s, broad-shouldered but gentle-looking, helping a little girl secure her seatbelt. The girl had curly brown hair, big anxious eyes, and a stuffed bunny missing an ear. "Sorry," he said with a shy smile. "She gets nervous during takeoff." Ava simply nodded. She wasn't used to people talking to her casually. The plane jolted. The little girl whimpered. Ava felt a small hand clutch her sleeve. "Miss, can you sit with us till the plane flies high? Daddy says you're safe." Ava froze. Kids never approached her. She was too intimidating. Too busy. Too distant, but she took the little girl's hand. "I'll stay," she said softly. The man smiled with relief. "I'm Daniel," he said. "This is Mira." The plane took off. Mira squeezed Ava's hand. Daniel whispered comforting words. Something in Ava's chest melted. When the turbulence eased, Mira fell asleep on Daniel's shoulder. Ava stared at the father, his quiet strength, his tenderness, the way exhaustion clung to him like a shadow. "You look like you've been through a lot," she said. Daniel laughed painfully. "You could say that. Single dad life isn't for the weak." Something flickered in his eyes. Ava recognized it, loss, but she didn't ask. Not yet. The flight was long, and Daniel spoke about working 2 jobs, Myra's fear of flying, and how he was taking her to a medical appointment he'd been saving for. Ava listened, really listened, for the first time in years. By the time they landed, she felt something unfamiliar, connected. She didn't know the whole truth yet, but she would, and it would shake her. Baggage claim buzzed with noise, but Ava's focus stayed on Daniel as he struggled to carry luggage and calm Mira, who looked pale and tired. "Let me help," Ava said. Daniel protested, embarrassed. "It's okay. You've already been kind enough." But Ava noticed his hands trembling. "What's going on?" she asked quietly. He hesitated. The weight inside him was visible. "Myra's sick," he whispered. "A rare heart condition. Today is her evaluation for surgery. I'm trying to keep it together, but," his voice cracked, "it's just me. I can't fail her." Ava felt her throat tighten. She had conquered corporate empires, but she'd never witnessed this kind of courage. She knelt beside Mira, brushing a curl from her forehead. "You're very brave," she said. The girl whispered, "Daddy says brave people help others." Ava's eyes burned. She stood and faced Daniel. "Let me go with you." He blinked in shock. "Why? You don't even know us." Ava exhaled, years of loneliness slipping from her shoulders. "Maybe because I've spent my whole life around people who need me for money, power, decisions. But no one has ever needed me for something real." Daniel swallowed hard. "Mira doesn't need your money. She just needs prayers." Ava touched his arm gently. "Then she'll have both." At the hospital, Ava stayed. Through the tests. Through the waiting room silence. Through Daniel's shaking hands and Myra's weak smiles. When the doctor finally entered, his expression was hopeful. "Surgery is possible. And soon." Daniel burst into tears, quiet but uncontrollable. Ava placed a hand on his back, steadying him. The doctor left them alone, and for the first time, Daniel leaned into her. "Ava," he whispered, "thank you." She had no words. Only emotion. When they walked outside hours later, the sun was setting. Mira held Ava's hand like she'd known her forever. Daniel looked at her with soft gratitude. "You changed our day." Ava shook her head. "You changed my life." And as they stood there, one powerful woman who'd spent years alone, one single father fighting impossible battles, and one little girl with more courage than both, something formed between them, something new, something delicate, something fate had thrown together because one CEO missed her private jet, and found exactly what she didn't know she needed.